Genesis unveiled the electrified GV70 in China last November. Now, it's only taken a year, but we are finally getting our first in-person look at this battery-powered SUV, and I'll tell you, it does not disappoint. The electrified GV70 is the next step forward as Genesis works to transform itself into a zero-emissions brand by 2030 and go carbon neutral by 2035. Ambitious, but admirable goals. Keeping things simple, this all-electric SUV is basically the same as the combustion-powered version, which is already one of the nicest compact luxury utility vehicles you can buy today. Visually, a few things separate battery-powered models from conventional GV70s. At the rear, there are no cutouts in the bumper for exhaust outlets because, duh, this is an EV, it doesn't have an exhaust system. Along the side, electrified models will have unique wheels. This one happens to be fitted with 20s that look pretty sharp. And then, of course, the front is slightly different. And the biggest change is to the grille here. They've actually filled it in. This is called a G-matrix pattern. Of course, the cooling requirements of EVs are completely different than combustion-powered vehicles, so designers were able to make this solid and likely improve the vehicle's aerodynamics pretty significantly. Of course, there's one other very clever feature. They've managed to integrate the charging port door into the grille, just like on the electrified G80 sedan, and it looks super slick because if you don't know it's here, you would never know this is where the charging port is. Unfortunately, North American powertrain details have not been shared at this time, though I can tell you the electrified GV70 will only be offered with all-wheel drive. Now, I can share a few Korean market specs. This vehicle should have 2 electric motors, one at each end, and combined, they will deliver around 429 horsepower, though with boost mode engaged, that figure should jump to about 483 ponies. As for torque, expect about 516 pound-feet. For reference, conventional GV70s are available with either a 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder or a 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6. Fill the tank with premium fuel, and the smaller engine gets you 300 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque, while the larger one is good for 375 ponies and 391 torques. Obviously, if you want maximum performance, electric is the way to go. The most potent version of the electrified GV70 should be able to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.5 seconds with boost mode engaged. Delivering all that speed, the electrified GV70 should be fitted with a 77.4 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery pack, just like you can get in the Hyundai Motor Group's E-GMP-based cars. And just like the Kia EV6 and Hyundai Ioniq 5, the electrified GV70 should be a DC fast-charging champ. It will be able to go from a 10% state of charge to 80% in just 18 minutes. And based on that performance, it sounds like this vehicle will top out at about 235 kilowatts, which is absolutely phenomenal. Inside, the electrified GV70 coddles passengers with a beautiful interior, just like you get in conventional models. The dashboard design is super clean and elegant. The materials they're using are beautiful. And then, of course, they've got a very unique and fresh sort of oval theme in here. There's an oval here, ovals on the door, an oval even on the glove box. As for tech, up on the dashboard we have a beautiful, crisp and clear 14.5-inch touchscreen display, though you can also control the infotainment system with a knob right here on the center console. Now, ahead of the driver, this vehicle will be offered with a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster that offers sort of a 3D effect. We've seen this on other Genesis models, though I do find it just a little bit hokey, though fortunately you should be able to turn that 3D effect off. And then finally, the electrified GV70 will also be offered with a road preview suspension system. So basically that takes navigation data into account, and then it uses the forward-facing camera to scan the road ahead to deliver a smoother ride. And I love, love, love smooth rides in luxury vehicles. And again, this is all basically the same as you get in conventional GV70s, so there's very little to complain about. One other unique feature, though, is that the electrified GV70 supports something called vehicle-to-load capability at up to 3.6 kilowatts. So basically what that means is this vehicle can be used to power other appliances through a special adapter. So you'll be able to cook chili in your work parking lot, or if you're a neat freak, I don't know, you can vacuum your campsite or something. The possibilities are practically endless. So that is a very quick look at the 2023 electrified GV70. Now, unfortunately, I cannot tell you anything about North American pricing or availability, though interestingly, this vehicle is going to be built in Alabama of all places starting in December. So this will be the first Genesis vehicle to be assembled outside of South Korea. Now, I happen to think this is going to be another smash hit for the brand, but what are your thoughts about the electrified GV70? Well, leave a comment down below. I would love to see what you think. Before heading out, make sure you watch our full review of the Genesis GV60 by clicking right over here. This is a shockingly good all-electric crossover, and no, that is not a bad pun, but you're going to have to watch my video to find out what I mean.